The camera pans out from a massive space station, its gleaming metal surface reflecting the dying light of a star on the brink of collapse. The station looms ominously over a sprawling galactic battlefield, where alien fleets are preparing for a massive war. The tension in the air is thick, alien ships hover in the distance, their lights flickering in the void, as fleets from across the galaxy assemble for the ultimate showdown. The Galactic Council chamber, a colossal, dark room filled with representatives from dozens of alien species. Their faces are stern as they deliver a chilling decree. A tall, metallic figure, the council's leader, raises a hand, silencing the room, and speaks with cold authority. By the decision of the Galactic Council, humanity is hereby banned from participating in the war. The humans will be quarantined to their homeworld. As the Council's proclamation echoes through the chamber, a sudden, sharp distortion cuts through the transmission. A mysterious voice, distorted and almost mechanical, fills the speakers, sending chills down the spines of everyone present. The real reason humans are banned is not because they lack technology. It's because they are a threat no one can predict. The camera zooms in on the alien leaders, their faces twitching in visible unease. The voice continues, colder than before, humanity's greatest weapon is not their weapons, but their mind. The galaxy has never seen what they can truly do. The leaders exchange worried glances, unable to hide their fear. What is it about humanity that has them so terrified? This chilling message raises one question: what is humanity capable of that the galaxy fears so much? And why is it so dangerous? The narrative shifts to a series of flashbacks, showing humanity's rise from underdog to unexpected threat in the galaxy. The camera sweeps through moments of human history during the Galactic War, where Earth's forces, despite being vastly outnumbered and under-equipped, show incredible innovation and determination. In one flashback, we see a ragtag fleet of human ships, cobbled together from old Earth technology but modified with cutting-edge tech they've scavenged from fallen alien ships. These ships are equipped with makeshift cloaking devices, primitive but effective. The humans stealthily infiltrate enemy lines, using their agility to their advantage. A group of human soldiers, cloaked in the dark of space, boards a massive alien ship. As they silently plant bombs on the alien ship's core reactor, the tension is palpable. The camera cuts to a close-up of a human soldier planting the final charge, his hands shaking as the countdown begins. In the distance, the alien ships continue to patrol, unaware of the imminent destruction. In a heart-pounding space battle, we witness the human fleet attacking an enemy dreadnought, an immense, heavily armed alien warship. The human ships, small and agile, dart around the larger alien vessels, using their cloaking devices to get in close and strike with devastating precision. Explosions light up the void of space, as debris from the alien dreadnought is scattered across the battlefield. In the chaos of battle, Captain Sarah Bonner, a fearless and cunning leader, orders her crew to launch the final assault. She stands at the helm of a modified human fighter, leading the charge with grim determination. Bonner's voice rings out across the comms, "For Earth, for humanity." As she fires the final weapon, the dreadnought erupts in a massive explosion, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. Her ship is caught in the blast, and the screen flashes with bright, fiery lights before cutting to black. The camera lingers on Bonner's final moments as she smiles, knowing her sacrifice will go down in history. The loss of such a key figure creates a deep emotional connection with the audience. Humans, with their limited resources, have somehow taken down one of the most powerful ships in the galaxy. The question lingers: how did they do it? The galaxy begins to realize that humanity is more than meets the eye. This sequence not only highlights humanity's resilience and ingenuity but also sets the stage for the unfolding mystery, the human ability to succeed against overwhelming odds, and the fear that these unpredictable actions might one day lead to a catastrophic reckoning. In the heart of the Galactic Council's headquarters, a shadowy, high-tech chamber echoes with the tense debates of alien leaders. The council members are gathered around a holographic table, projecting vast star maps and war strategies. The atmosphere is thick with tension as the Council discusses the ongoing conflict and humanity's participation in the war. Most of the alien representatives are in favor of keeping Earth isolated, but a few dissenting voices break the silence. One alien, a cold and calculating member from a race known for their logical minds, slams his fist onto the table, demanding, "We cannot allow our fear of humanity to blind us to reality. They may be outgunned, but they've proven to be resourceful allies, not enemies. We need them in this war." His words are met with dead silence. The other leaders exchange uneasy glances, but the leader of the Council, a towering figure of gleaming chrome, stands up, his voice heavy with authority. "You forget the true danger they represent. Humanity has something we cannot control, something that could doom us all." The camera shifts to a quiet corner of the chamber, where a small group of scientists work tirelessly on a hidden project. The screen flickers as a scientist, his eyes wide with shock, uncovers the horrifying truth. Humans carry a dormant gene, an ancient, primal code embedded deep in their DNA, known as the Chaos Code. Once triggered, this code unlocks a dark, uncontrollable rage that can turn even the most disciplined human into a force of pure destruction. The scientist watches in horror as simulations show that this rage can disrupt even the most sophisticated AI systems and overpower entire fleets. Human soldiers, when pushed to their breaking point, become berserk forces capable of annihilating anything in their path, alien or otherwise. The camera zooms in on Jackson Steele, a battle-hardened human soldier who has been tracking the origins of the Chaos Code. He accesses an ancient alien archive, hidden deep within the Council's classified files. As the digital interface activates, Steele's eyes widen in disbelief at what he uncovers: historical record of an ancient conflict in which a single human, a soldier from long ago, unleashed the full force of the Chaos Code. A scene from the past plays out: a human warrior, outnumbered and surrounded, stands alone on a battlefield against an entire alien empire. With no weapons, no reinforcements, he taps into his raw, untamed rage. The screen cracks with energy as the soldier destroys the alien empire's capital with nothing but his sheer willpower, causing their entire civilization to collapse. Alien fleets are torn apart, their supercomputers shut down, and their weapon systems fried by the humans' unrelenting, chaotic power. The scene is a terrifying reminder of the raw potential of humanity. A single human's rage once wiped out an entire species. Jackson Steele, upon learning the truth, feels both awe and dread. He knows that, if unleashed, the Chaos Code could either save humanity or doom the galaxy to a fate worse than war itself. He must now decide whether to unlock this dangerous power to protect Earth, or keep it hidden to prevent an unstoppable wave of destruction. The chaos humanity carries within them is not just a weapon, it is an uncontrollable force that even the most advanced alien minds cannot predict or contain. The galaxy fears what happens when humanity is pushed to the edge. The Galactic Council is in chaos. The holographic screens flicker with alarming data as the leaders convene in an emergency session. The Council's members, once confident and unified, now appear rattled and paranoid. The fear of humanity's Chaos Code has pushed them into extreme measures. The camera zooms in on their faces, each alien race showing signs of unease, an unsettling mix of fear and realization. A massive fleet of alien ships, sleek and imposing, surrounds Earth. A blockade is set up, with impenetrable shields forming a vast wall in space, cutting off the planet from the rest of the galaxy. The camera pans over the alien ships, showing them armed to the teeth, as their commanders prepare for an all-out assault on Earth to contain humanity once and for all. The leader of the Council, now visibly distressed, stands before a massive holographic display. We cannot risk it. If humanity's Chaos Code is unleashed, we may never regain control. We will quarantine Earth. No one gets in or out. The war is lost if we let them join. His declaration echoes through the chamber, sealing humanity's fate as the galaxy's most feared enemy. The camera cuts to Jackson Steele, the human rebel leader, staring at the blue orb of Earth on a holographic display. A mixture of sadness and resolve fills his face as he looks over his team's plans. His mission is set: infiltrate the Galactic Council's headquarters and destroy the system that controls the Chaos Code. But as he scans the map, his mind drifts to the past. Jackson remembers Captain Sarah Bonner, his closest friend, who died during a covert mission to disable an alien superweapon. In a failed operation, Bonner's team was wiped out, but she gave her life to send vital intelligence back to Earth. The explosion from the failed mission still haunts Jackson, as he watches Bonner's image flicker on his data pad. A voiceover accompanies the flashback: Bonner gave everything for this war, for humanity's future. She believed we could win this. We have to finish what she started. For her. For Earth. As Jackson stands, his mind sharpens. His resolve hardens. No matter the cost, humanity will survive. We will break through this blockade. And we will show them that we are more than just survivors. Jackson activates the control panel, and a fleet of human ships, cloaked and small, slips silently past the massive alien blockade. These ships, undetectable to the alien systems, weave through space like shadows in the void. The camera zooms in on the cloaking device in action, holographic mirages and refracted light tricking the alien sensors, as the ships move unnoticed into deep space. Jackson's strike against the Galactic Council is already set into motion. His fleet, led by the best human pilots, prepares to break into the heart of the Council's heavily guarded fortress. He knows the risk: if their cloaking technology is compromised, they'll face annihilation. But it's the only way to prevent the galaxy from erasing humanity from existence. As Jackson prepares for the final assault, he feels the weight of the cost. Humanity is fighting not only for survival, but for the chance to show the galaxy who they are. Jackson understands the consequences of unleashing humanity's full power, but he also knows that to be erased would be a greater tragedy. This scene intensifies the emotional stakes: Jackson's determination to avenge Bonner's death, the sense of loss, and the hard truth that humanity's future is on the line. The power of the Chaos Code is not just a weapon, it's the key to survival, and Jackson is ready to fight with everything he has to protect humanity's right to exist in the galaxy. The camera cuts to the heart of the Galactic Council's headquarters, a towering, fortress-like structure in the center of a massive, heavily fortified station. The walls are reinforced with alien technology that seems impenetrable. Inside, the leaders of the galaxy's various races gather, oblivious to the incoming storm. A fleet of human ships, cloaked and undetected, silently approaches the Council's stronghold. As the ships exit the cloaking field, they are met with the full force of the station's automated defenses. But the humans are ready. Jackson Steele stands at the helm of the lead ship, his jaw clenched in grim determination. The fleet has made it past the blockade. Now, they will tear into the heart of the Council itself. Jackson and his team make their way inside the station, navigating through a labyrinth of alien corridors. With every step, the tension grows. This is the final push. As they approach the main command center, the alien soldiers begin to pour in from all sides, prepared for a brutal fight. But they are unprepared for what comes next. The first shots ring out in the hallway. Alien soldiers in sleek, high-tech armor are quickly cut down by the humans, using modified weapons and their own brutal tactics. The camera cuts to close-ups of humans and aliens engaged in intense, visceral hand-to-hand combat. Every battle is more savage than the last, the sound of gunfire and clashing weapons echoing through the corridors as both sides push to the brink of exhaustion. Jackson Steele leads the charge, his eyes filled with fury and determination. His movements are swift and calculated, his every strike driven by the memory of Bonner and the fallen soldiers. As human forces tear through the alien defenses, Steele fights through a storm of enemies, using every skill he's honed in countless battles. With each alien soldier that falls, the camera lingers on the emotion in Steele's eyes: revenge, grief, and a burning desire to ensure humanity's survival. He doesn't stop. He can't. Triggering the Chaos Code, As Steele and his team breach the final defenses leading to the Council's inner sanctum, he makes a decision: he activates the Chaos Code. His body glows with a strange energy, his movements become erratic and powerful as raw, untamed rage floods his mind. For a moment, everything around him slows. The doors to the command center explode open. The final battle erupts. Massive orbital bombardments. In the distance, outside the station, the human fleet launches its final assault. Explosions light up the sky as orbital bombardments tear through alien cities, leveling them in seconds. The camera shows alien cities burning, their towers crumbling into dust. Each strike is more devastating than the last as the humans, driven by the Chaos Code, unleash a fury that even the most advanced alien technology cannot withstand. Inside the station, Steele and his team are a whirlwind of destruction. Alien forces try to regroup, but they are no match for the raw, chaotic strength of the human soldiers. Every human victory shakes the galaxy, and with each passing moment, the full scale of humanity's latent potential becomes horrifyingly clear. Steele, in a berserk state, is unstoppable. No alien weapon, no defense can hold him back. As Steele faces down the final alien leaders in the Council's control room, he is momentarily overwhelmed by the weight of the choices he's made. The death of Bonner, the destruction of the alien cities, it's all led to this. Humanity's reckoning is here, and there's no turning back. Steele stands tall, looking at the alien leaders in front of him, his voice steady but filled with emotion: "We will never be your pawns. Humanity will not be erased." In a final act of defiance, Jackson Steele deactivates the Chaos Code, but not before one last surge of destruction. The station shudders as the final explosion rips through its core, leaving nothing but wreckage. The camera zooms out, showing the aftermath, a galaxy left to pick up the pieces. The galaxy now knows the truth: humanity is not just a survivor. They are a force unlike any other. The once unchallenged rulers of the galaxy now realize too late that they underestimated the true power of humanity. The war may be over, but the future of the galaxy has irrevocably changed. Jackson Steele, standing in the midst of the chaos, looks to the stars. Humanity has won, but the cost has been high. The war is over, but the scars it leaves will remain forever. The galaxy has witnessed the true reason why humans were banned: because they are the most unpredictable, dangerous force in the universe. And they are not finished yet. Lieutenant Bonner, over comms, resolute: "This is it. We're not backing down." The camera cuts to Admiral Carter as she listens in disbelief, knowing exactly what Bonner is about to do. She opens a channel to the Phoenix in an attempt to stop him. Admiral Carter, urgently: "Bonner, that's suicide. You don't have to." Bonner, interrupting, voice firm: "For Earth, ma'am." With a final look at his crew, Bonner gives the order. The Phoenix engages its engines one last time, charging straight at the alien flagship. The crew on board erupts into a chorus of defiant cheers over the comms, their voices filled with the fury and pride of knowing their sacrifice will change the course of the war. Crew, over comms, chanting: "For Earth. For Earth. For Earth." Visual storytelling: the final charge. The camera follows Bonner's ship as it streaks toward the alien dreadnought. The massive alien vessel looms, its weapon systems firing relentlessly, trying to take down the Phoenix before it can reach its target. Despite the damage, Bonner's ship holds steady, the final glimmers of the ship's engines leaving a trail of fire in its wake. As the Phoenix closes in on the dreadnought, explosions rock the ship, and the camera shows Bonner's face, calm, determined, and at peace with his decision. In the last moments, he sees the dreadnought looming larger than ever before, and the screen is filled with the sound of the Phoenix's engines roaring as it rams directly into the heart of the alien flagship. The ship explodes in a massive flash of light, creating a chain reaction that tears through the alien fleet. Alien ships begin to break apart, and the battle takes on a new momentum. Turning point: the tide of battle turns. In the wake of Bonner's sacrifice, the Relic fleet rallies. The remaining human ships, inspired by the bravery of their fallen comrade, launch a final, coordinated attack. The camera shows the human ships, battered but still operational, fighting with renewed vigor. Cloaking devices flicker back on, and the ships begin striking the alien fleet with a precision that had previously eluded them. Admiral Carter, over comms, commanding all ships, focus fire on the alien flagship. This is our last chance. Private Taylor, firing with fury, for Bonner. For Earth. The Relic fleet unleashes everything they have left. Missiles streak across space, plasma cannons blaze with fire, and railgun blasts tear into the alien ships. One by one, alien vessels are obliterated as the human fleet's sheer determination forces the enemy back. Finally, with a massive, gut-wrenching explosion, the alien flagship crumbles, its shield shattered and its core igniting in a fiery burst of light. As the flagship disintegrates, the remaining alien forces begin to retreat, their communications scrambled and their coordination in disarray. Victory. The camera zooms out to show the aftermath of the battle. The Relic fleet is battered and scarred, but it stands victorious. The alien invaders, who once seemed unstoppable, are now fleeing in disarray, unable to withstand the human resolve. Admiral Carter, relieved, but heavy with grief, we did it. Bonner, you're not forgotten. The camera lingers on the human ships, battered but victorious, as they drift through space, the remnants of the alien fleet scattering in the distance. The crew, while exhausted and mourning their losses, shares a quiet moment of victory. Humanity has survived. Against all odds, they've won. This section provides the emotional core of the story. Lieutenant Bonner's sacrifice not only turns the tide of battle but also serves as a symbol of humanity's unyielding spirit. His act of bravery is the spark that ignites the final victory, and the Relic fleet's subsequent triumph shows the power of sacrifice, determination, and unity in the face of overwhelming odds. The visual storytelling of Bonner's final charge adds an emotional, cinematic quality, elevating the stakes and ensuring the battle feels like the ultimate underdog victory. As the battle intensifies, the Phoenix, the flagship of the Relic fleet, is heavily damaged. Sparks fly from broken consoles, alarms blare through the corridors, and the hull groans under the strain of countless impacts. Lieutenant Bonner, covered in blood and soot, stares out at the approaching alien dreadnought, its sheer size and firepower a looming symbol of humanity's near extinction. The Phoenix is critically crippled, with no hope of surviving another round of attacks. Bonner knows the truth. The humans can't win unless they strike a devastating blow. He stands tall, despite the bloodied face of his crew and the constant barrage of alien fire. His resolve hardens as he watches the alien ships close in, confident in their inevitable victory. He turns to his crew, his voice calm but filled with the finality of his decision. Lieutenant Bonner, through gritted teeth, over comms, this is it, people. We're not getting out of here. But we've got one chance to stop them. I'm taking the Phoenix in. For Earth. The camera cuts to Admiral Carter, who receives the transmission in disbelief. She opens a channel, her voice urgent and pleading. Admiral Carter, shouting, panicked, Bonner, no. That's suicide. Bonner, interrupting, resolute, I know, ma'am. For Earth. For everyone. With that, Bonner gives the order. His crew, understanding the sacrifice, stands silent for a moment before giving a final cheer, rallying behind their captain's last act of bravery. Crew, over comms, shouting with passion, for Earth. Visual storytelling, the final charge. The camera follows Bonner's ship, the Phoenix, as it charges toward the alien flagship. The ship, now a mere shadow of its former self, flickers with its failing engines as it accelerates. Behind it, the remaining human warships fight to hold off the alien attackers, knowing they cannot afford to lose any more ships. The alien dreadnought, still unharmed and massive in size, prepares for another barrage. But Bonner's ship does not slow. The sound of the ship's engines roaring fills the audio as the crew's voices intensify in their final moments. Crew, shouting in unison, "For Earth! For Earth! For Earth!" The camera cuts between close-ups of Bonner's face, eyes filled with a steely resolve, and the ship's path, cutting through the deadly fire as they push forward. The alien dreadnought's weapon systems target the Phoenix, but it's too late. The Phoenix slams into the dreadnought's core with devastating force. The explosion is instantaneous, a blinding flash of light and fire that fills the screen. A massive chain reaction ignites as the Phoenix's final blow tears through the alien flagship, creating shockwaves that ripple outward through the alien fleet. The camera shows alien warships tearing apart in a fiery chaos as their shields fail, their systems overwhelmed by the cascading destruction from Bonner's sacrifice. Turning point, the tide of battle turns. The Relic fleet, stunned and silent for a moment, watches as the alien dreadnought crumbles, then erupts into a series of explosions. The enemy fleet's cohesion shatters as Bonner's sacrifice ripples through the remaining ships, sending a message of defiance and humanity's unbreakable will. He didn't die in vain. This is for Bonner. Rallying behind the loss of their comrade, the remaining human ships launch a final, coordinated attack. The cloaking technology flickers back to life, and the fleet, now infused with new vigor, moves as one. Human ships dart in and out of the chaos, launching their final missile salvos and firing railgun shots with precision. The plasma cannons fire with renewed fury, ripping through the remaining alien ships. The alien fleet, now in disarray and retreating under the relentless human assault, begins to crumble. The camera zooms in on Admiral Carter as she watches the enemy flagship explode in a brilliant burst of energy. The remaining alien ships, once confident in their victory, now scatter in retreat. The sound of retreating engines fills the air, signaling the end of the battle. We've won. For Bonner. For Earth. Victory. The camera pulls back, revealing the now silent battlefield. The Relic fleet, battered and broken, drifts in the aftermath of the battle. Though victory has been achieved, the cost is undeniable. The human ships are scarred, their crews exhausted, but they stand victorious. The alien invaders, once a seemingly invincible force, have been repelled. Their flagship, the heart of their invasion, lies in ruins. As the Relic fleet sails through the darkened void, the human survivors reflect on their hard-earned victory. The cost has been steep, but humanity has proven that, no matter the odds, they will never back down. End scene. The camera focuses on the horizon of Earth, now safe once again, with the faint light of distant stars casting a soft glow on the survivors. The human fleet, though small and damaged, sails home. Their journey is far from over, but for now, they've secured a hard-won peace. This section encapsulates the ultimate sacrifice of Lieutenant Bonner, whose heroic actions turn the tide of the battle. His selflessness leads directly to the human fleet's victory, showing the power of bravery, unity, and sacrifice in the face of overwhelming adversity. The emotional depth and visual storytelling make Bonner's sacrifice unforgettable, while the final victory provides a satisfying payoff to the story's themes of human determination and underdog triumph. As the alien fleet retreats into the cold depths of space, the camera focuses on the Relic fleet, battered and scarred, but victorious. The battle has taken everything, but humanity's resilience has triumphed. Alien warships, once towering and overwhelming, now break apart and scatter, their fleets retreating toward unknown corners of the galaxy. Admiral Carter stands on the bridge of the command ship, her hands clasped behind her back, staring at the debris-filled space. Her expression is somber, reflecting both the weight of the victory and the cost of it. The silence is deafening, save for the hum of the ship's systems and the distant voice of her officers reporting the state of the fleet. Admiral Carter, calmly, but with a hint of satisfaction, hold position. The galaxy has just learned that humanity can fight back. The remaining human ships form up around her, their broken hulls floating in the cold void. Despite their condition, there is a quiet pride among the surviving crew. They've won the battle, but the war is far from over. Carter looks out the viewport as the stars stretch into infinity. Closing scene. The camera cuts to a close-up of Admiral Carter, her face etched with the exhaustion of leadership. Her eyes are distant, yet filled with both pride for the victory and sorrow for the comrades lost. Lieutenant Bonner's face flashes briefly in her mind, a silent tribute to the brave souls who fought and died to give humanity this chance. The battle may be over, but the war is far from won. The human fleet, though victorious, is severely damaged. Carter knows the cost of the next battle will be just as high. Admiral Carter, whispering to herself, resolute, this was just the beginning. Foreshadowing, a new threat looms. Suddenly, an alien signal flickers on the communication screens, the static of an intercepted transmission breaking through the silence. The message is unclear at first, but the urgency is undeniable. Alien voice, distorted, alien language, reinforcements arriving. The war is far from over. Carter's gaze sharpens, her eyes narrowing as she watches the screen. The words are barely decipherable, but the warning is clear. More alien forces are coming. The galaxy's darkest hour is not yet behind them. The human fleet may have won today, but there are still greater threats in the darkness of space, waiting to strike. As the camera zooms in on Carter's steely expression, the hum of the fleet's engines grows louder, a signal of the next chapter in humanity's fight for survival. The screen fades to black, and the final words echo in the silence. The war is far from over. This closing sequence ties together the themes of victory against overwhelming odds and human resilience. It allows for a moment of reflection on the sacrifice made, while also setting the stage for future conflicts with the foreshadowing of reinforcements arriving. The emotional weight of the victory is balanced by the realization that the fight is just beginning, leaving viewers eager for the next chapter in humanity's struggle.